A drop of water is worth more than a sack of gold for a thirsty man. With these lines, I, Sanskrit Sanabi Kamal LLB first year student from IMS Law College, Noida, would like to start this debate on the topic water crisis, failure of government or people. And I'm going to speak against the government. There may be lots of reasons for the water crisis in India, but the major amongst them is the irrigational, developmental and infrastructure policies of the government. The majority of water is not being wasted by the citizens. It's the government who do that, because all these policies are by the government, not by the citizens. And most importantly, we all must not forget that the government is the sole custodian of our environmental resources. And I'm not saying that the people must not be asked or people must not be checked for conservation of water. They must be asked and checked. But what if the majority of this valuable resources is being flushed by our government only? If you want your aquifers, your floodplains to recharge the water, if you want your groundwater and surface water to be intact, then you really need to keep your wetlands, your mangroves and your rivers to be intact. And who's encroaching upon them? Who's cutting them and chopping them for mining, for bullet trains and for river interlinking? It's the government who is doing that, not the people. And it's really very disproportionate for the current times. And the government, rather than blaming the citizens, should blame their ministers who are not even ready to have a proper debate on this topic. We had a picture of 2019 or so of the Rajya Sabha on this crucial topic, on the debate on this crucial topic, when only the handful of ministers were present and the entire floor of the house was empty. What was that? What if it would have been an emergency topic? Won't the Prime Minister would have called for an emergency meeting? Of course he would have called for an emergency meeting. So why didn't you call for an emergency meeting on this topic? Wasn't this topic a crucial one for him? And the most significant point that I would like to give in my for favoring my point is the parallel water economy, which is at a peak in the most parts of the country. Every imaginary that we have of the current crisis is with a water tanker, which merely means that there is a parallel water economy which is growing in the most parts of the country for the several decades. And who has allowed it? The government has allowed it. We had a picture of 2019 Chennai floods, in which a single tanker of water was being sold for 7,000 to 8,000 rupees, whether the price the people really needed to pay for a single tanker of water. And this water economy is worth billions of dollars. And if that's the incentive, why don't the government and the mediators want the groundwater, surface water and other water bodies to disappear? Of course they want, because they are getting money out of it. There's only simple shit to understand, that the government is not taking the proper initiatives in this regard. There's simple things to understand, that if we are treating the country for cancer or if a person is there in the ICU, we cannot wrongly diagnose the person. So the initiative must be taken as soon as possible, otherwise the day is not very far when then not only the parts of the country but the entire country won't be able to quench their thirst. The day will come like day zero, as wasn't there in Cape Town, South Africa, when entire country was not able to quench their thirst and not even a single drop of water was there to drink. And since time is restricting me, I would like to stop only here. Thank you very much.